Welcome everybody. Good morning. Happy Friday. Venus Day. How's everybody doing? Who's here today? Feel free to jump in, say hello, let us know where you're joining from. I see Violet says good morning from New York. Welcome, Violet. Thank you, Pager, for your donation. Very sweet of you. My name is Jacqui Mancuso. For those who don't know me, I'm joining you from Northern Illinois. And today we're here to talk about a transiting aspect that's happening in the sky over the weekend. Nothing major. I was reflecting on that this morning. I feel like we've been having a lot of major events, like I've been here talking about new moons, full moons, new zodiac seasons, planets changing signs, and today was kind of like it's just a square. That's all we're talking about today. Oh, it's just a square. So, I don't know. It feels like lighter today. I also have my mind semi-elsewhere. I'm here with you guys right now, okay? I love talking about astrology, but I'm working my first festival this weekend and I'm leaving this afternoon. So I'm like in prep mode. I have stuff all over my house ready to get packed up in my truck. So yeah, it's nice to have this it's just a square type energy. Oops. Good, greetings, Jackie and friends, says Jackie. Welcome. Charlotte says, good morning, beautiful souls. Andrea, good morning. Jackie's coming to the festival. I'll see you tomorrow. Awesome. I'm trying to think of what else I want to tell you guys. Hello, Karen. Hello. I'll talk about it later. I have some brief announcement, but I'll talk about that later. Let's just jump into the astrology. Let's just get going. So we're going to talk about the square that's happening this Sunday, and then we're going to pull some cards asking the planets what they'd like us to know about their square, their aspect. Good morning, Jana. Nice to see you. So this is happening on Sunday. So Sunday around noontime, Central Time. So it's okay if you don't remember the exact time. This is not a huge thing. But we're having Mercury square to Neptune. Squares, when planets are 90 degrees away, they form a square, and this can form some disharmony, some tension between the planets. So we have Mercury at 27 degrees of Gemini, making a square to Neptune at 27 degrees of Pisces. Mercury represents your thoughts, your ideas, your communication, how you process information. In Gemini, Mercury is in Gemini, the messenger, the sign that translates things, the sign that brings speedy wit and quick decision making to things. So this is forming a square, a disharmonious aspect to Neptune in Pisces. Neptune represents our dreams. He rules the subconscious. He can bring illusions into our life, and he represents how we escape, like where we go, what we do when we want to escape this 3D grounded reality. Neptune is in Pisces, which is a mutable water sign. So Neptune in Pisces is all about flowing with your emotions and letting things go. What's interesting about this square that's happening on Sunday is that both of these planets are in their signs of rulership. So they're both the most strong that they can be. Mercury rules Gemini and Neptune rules Pisces. Good morning, Yvonne. So this Sunday afternoon time, we have this disharmonious aspect between the strongest expression of our mind sparring with the strongest expression of our dreams. So the vibe that I'm getting from this square, something that you might be feeling this weekend is this is what I want. This is what I dream of, right? Like this is where I see myself in the near future versus this is what I think I can have. So I feel like this weekend is going to be a good time for you to, what's the word I want to use? Not like, this is going to be a good time for you to get out of your head, right? For you to challenge your thoughts. That's what I was trying to say. This is what I want. This is what I dream of versus this is what I think I can have. This is going to be a good weekend to prove to your mind that what you think you can have is exactly what you can have. So let's think that we can have exactly what it is that we want. In aspects, anytime two planets are aspecting each other, the outer planet always has the stronger influence. It has the larger orbit, so when you hit the gong of the Neptune orbit, it's going to reverberate longer and stronger than when you hit this tiny little Mercury orbit. That's just going to be a quick little ding, there it goes. The Neptune orbit is going to reverberate for a longer amount of time. So anytime you have an aspect, the outer planet has the stronger influence. So to ease the tension between your thoughts and your dreams, in this case, follow your dreams. You can watch your thoughts, you can thank your thoughts, and you can work to heal your thoughts. This is a time of choosing to change your thoughts. I love changing my thoughts. This is something that I've been working on for years and years and years. And I feel like I talk about this so much because it's worked so much in my life. Just a quick back story, I guess. But like I grew up with a very, very negative outlook on life. If you can believe it, right? I used to think that like, this is all I was worth. I don't even want to try this because it's going to go bad anyway. Things never work out for me. No matter how hard I try, I always lose. Those were like typical thought patterns for me. And then I awoke to the spirituality side of life, and I started to realize that we get to create our own reality. And the key to my thought change was affirmations. I have affirmations posted around my house. I have them like on my doors, so I just happen to see them all the time. And I'm literally reprogramming my thoughts, which is fun to watch my reality change and shift into exactly what those thoughts are saying. I have affirmations on a whiteboard next to my bed, so as soon as I wake up, I can see the affirmations of the time, and those are revolving. I change them with the month, I change them with the zodiac season, I change them with the full moon and the new moon. So that, like, if that's resonating with you, this weekend with this Mercury square Neptune might be a very good time to start putting your dreams into affirmations. And affirmations work the best when you say it as if it's already there. And it is kind of playing that game of fake it till you make it. You can say affirmations all you want, but if you don't believe the words that you're saying, they're not going to be as powerful. But if you tell yourself every single day, so this one, this is an affirmation I have posted on my bedroom door, which I can see straight down the hallway because it's always open. So I can see this affirmation all the time. But it says, I am so lucky. Everything always works out for me. Things are just always working out. And I see that every single day. And at first, I would see it and be like, all right, yeah, sometimes things work out. Yeah, I guess I'm lucky sometimes. My husband's more lucky than I am, right? He's Sagittarius. He's ruled by Jupiter. He is luck. So I used to have that thought pattern. But the more I see that affirmation and the more I just say it to myself, every time I pass the door, I just say, oh, I'm so lucky. Oh, I'm so lucky. Everything's always working out for me. Things always work out. And then my reality has no choice but to mold itself into the thoughts that I'm programming into my own mind. Does that make sense? So this weekend, I invite you to literally dream up whatever you want your reality to look like. Neptune in Pisces, right? Feel into the dreamiest of the dreams. Write it down on paper as if you already have it. And then start telling yourself that, good morning, Helen. Christy says, I love this. We choose our reality. We really do. And it's one of those, like, I'm trying to put myself back in like teenage Jacqui's shoes when I considered myself agnostic, you know, like I didn't know like what was out there. I knew that something was out there, but I didn't trust it yet. And I'm trying to put this into the mindset of people who aren't fully bought into this yet, because I've been there, and it really is like you get to tune into the magic, you get to experience the magic when you choose to experience the magic. If you have this chip on your shoulder and you keep telling yourself it's not going to work, it's not possible for me, that's only for woo-woo people, only for special people, then that's the reality you're creating for yourself. But if you choose to fully say like, well, what do I have to lose? I'm just going to tell myself every single day that I'm happy, that I deserve happiness, that I have everything in my life that I really want. It's going to start showing up. It's just about patience and trusting and all that fun stuff. That was a tangent. I didn't plan to talk about that. That just kind of came out, so that's pretty cool. So that came up because if you just joined, we're talking about this Sunday, Mercury in Gemini is squaring Neptune in Pisces. So they're both in their signs of rulership, so they're both extremely powerful. Your thoughts are at their height. It's like the strongest thoughts that you can have, in tension with the strongest dreams you can have. So you might feel the tension this weekend of like, this is what I want, this is what I dream of, going up against, this is what I think I can make for myself, this is what I think I can have. The outer planet always has the stronger influence. Lean into your dreams. Thank you, Christy, for your donation. Very much appreciated. So at the same time that this peaks, we have Neptune down here in Pisces, and we have Mercury over here in Gemini. Around the same time, the moon is going to be across from Neptune at 27 degrees of Virgo. So this brings our emotions into play. The moon represents how we feel about things, what we need to feel comforted. And the moon now is across from Neptune on Sunday afternoon, across from Neptune in the sign of the Virgin. Virgo is all about bringing purity to the world through refining the details. So that's why Virgos tend to be so perfectionistic. Perfectionistic. I don't know if I said that right. My mind's in another dimension right now. But so our emotions, Moon and Virgo during the square, our emotions are being asked. Oh my goodness, where am I right now? Our emotions are asking to be refined during this square. And anytime you have an opposition, so Neptune and the moon are opposite, and then Mercury is squaring both of them. This is called a T-square. It's like a T, but I'm drawing it this way this time. So at a T-square, the tension is everywhere, but between the moon, our feelings, and our dreams, and Neptune, you can release this pressure by coming over to the apex, which is Mercury in Gemini. So I'm feeling this as releasing the pressure of your emotions and your dreams by focusing on changing your thoughts. Because Mercury is in Gemini. Gemini represents duality, choices, being able to change your mind. This tension, if you feel like, man, I really want this dream, like this is what I see myself doing, but I can't get my mind around it, you get to choose how you think about your situation. You can choose to think about your situation differently. Let's see, you guys are asking some questions. Is there a certain time we need to manifest on Sunday? Yvonne, no problem. No, I don't believe in 3D time. If the intention is there, it's gonna happen. If you get caught up on the details, if you need the details, then use the details. If you trust that you can just set the intention and sit back and wait for the blessings to come, then do that. If the time is specific for you. This whole thing, I didn't even get an exact time, but this whole thing is happening around noon Central Time on Sunday, if that helps. But in my state of teaching, no, the exact time doesn't matter. Your intention matters. Helen, I'm sorry that you're having such a hard time. It seems like you're dreaming of this beautiful world with all these beautiful relationships, and your feelings are getting pulled into the details. So let's release it in Mercury and change the way that you think about the situation. You can tell the universe all of my relationships are harmonious and respectful and back and forth. And just see what happens. Say it to yourself every day. Literally lie to yourself. If that's what, I don't know, people give me a lot of backlash. Not a lot, but I think I'm more self-conscious about it because I know how the real world is. But I know that I look like a nutcase to a lot of people. I know that, because I've been on the other side. I've been there where you're like, well, you're just lying to yourself. You're just saying that the world is great. Like, what is that even doing for you? It's literally making your world great because you just tell yourself, you tell the universe, you put the vibration out there with your words and your thoughts, and then your actions are impacted that way as well. If you keep telling yourself, my world sucks, I hate this isn't working, then you're just going to throw all your energy and attention into what isn't working. So it's not to like ignore, because I see things in my world that aren't working the way that I want them to, but I trust, on this side, I have this trust that I can change them with ease. So I just speak about them as if they're great, and then they start to turn great. We start to see things when we focus on what, we start to see different things, Christy, when we focus on what is working. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Yvonne, for your donation. I appreciate it. Suzanne says this makes sense. Jackie says, great explanations, Jackie. Really makes sense. Thank you. Helen, so I am seeing through the possibility in others that they do not see for themselves or choose to explore. That's their path. That's their path. So we've talked about Neptune in Pisces, opposite the moon in Virgo. All of this is releasing in Mercury in Gemini. Change your thoughts. There's another, so the moon is also, the moon up here in 27 degrees of Virgo. And don't worry about where I'm placing these planets because the whole thing shifts and moves all the time. This is just for my own brain and so that you guys can follow what planet I'm talking about. Thank you, Charlotte, for your donation. So the moon at 27 of Virgo is in a very loose grand trine on Sunday when all this is happening with the earth signs. So this gives positive harmony to grounding all of this stuff. So just bear with me. So the moon is at 27 of Virgo. Then we have Uranus at 21 of Taurus and Pluto at 29 of Capricorn. So these together make this beautiful triangle in the sky. The planets right now, I'm not putting too much emphasis on what the moon, Uranus, and Pluto has to do with all this. What I want you guys to focus on is that we have this triangle in the sky of earth signs. This is like harmony comes through grounding this weekend, bringing yourself down to reality. Neptune in Pisces can have us floating in the clouds. Mercury in Gemini can have us ruminating in our mind, like on a treadmill, like a freaking hamster wheel, just going through our thoughts. The harmony, the triangle, the grand trine in Earth happens in Earth, right? By grounding yourself into reality, by asking yourself, what is actually happening today? Not what happened 5 years ago, not what happened yesterday, not what's going to happen next week when I have this conversation, not what might come of this. What is actually happening today? that might be a fun thing also to sit with your fears. What are you afraid of? First thing that came to mind, like, I know a lot of people worry about money. I'm afraid I'm not going to have enough money. What's happening today? Do you have enough money today? Did you eat food today? Is your rent paid for today? Like, you know what I'm saying? What are the facts of the situation? What's the truth of the situation? What's real versus what have I created within this situation based on my emotions and my thoughts? This grand trine in Earth wants us to get the lay of the land, to embrace taking it slow, going one step at a time, while you steadily work toward your dreams. Neptune in Pisces has the strongest influence out of everything going on this weekend, but you have this support from earth signs, the grand trine happening in earth signs. Jacqui, I just saw your question, and thank you, Karen. Yes, it's all around Sunday noontime, Central Time-ish. And when the planet, like when the transits and everything, the aspects, when they all happen, it's not like you have to wait for the minute and then, okay, the aspect's here and now it's gone. It builds as the energy. Think of like two magnets, pulling two magnets together. The energy builds and then it hits and then you pull them away. And there's still, like, the energy is there and it gets real heavy and then it's there and then it's still heavy as you start to pull it away. So that's why, like, I don't think the time matters so much. It's good to know. It's good to, like, have an idea, I guess. I also really like doing retrospect astrology, where I think about, like, wow, that was an interesting situation that day. I wonder what was going on in the sky. And then that's easy to, like, piece it together. Oh, that makes sense and all that stuff. So, Erin, I have been having a hard time with trusting some people in my life. I'm going to write out and post some affirmations around for the first time in a long time. Change my thoughts. Brilliant. Thank you, Erin. I'm so glad that that's how you're choosing to use the energies available. Good work. Trine in earth signs is not Sunday as well. Yes, this is all happening at the same time, Jacqui. That's why I'm talking about the trine in earth signs, because it's helping figure out how to use this Neptune square Mercury stuff going on. So when you are, because we have these dreams, right? Neptune in Pisces, our dreams are what's going to win, is forming some tension between how we think about it, Mercury in Gemini. And also the moon in Virgo is across. So that's impacting how we feel about this. Like we feel like how we feel about it. But this moon, so it's all connected. I blinked and missed the transition from T to trine. Here we go. So the T square, we have Neptune, Mercury, and the moon is up here. Okay. And then the trine comes in with the moon, and then we have Pluto and Uranus down at the heels of my hands or whatever. So it's really the moon that's, wow, it's the moon that's having the whole impact on this, and we're in Cancer season, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. So, wow. Duh. This is what I mean when I say I can talk about one transit for 2 hours, because yeah, things just, everything's connected so strongly, especially in astrology, and it's fun. It's fun to play with. So I'm going to pause for a second and see what kind of questions you guys have, what kind of comments you guys have before we start pulling some cards. And I'm diving back into the comments to see if I missed anything. I see that Suzanne a while ago said Mercury and Neptune square, like an intense but stimulating debate between your uncles. Yeah, the uncle that lives on a beach and flows with life is Neptune in Pisces. That's like the island uncle. Debating Mercury in Gemini, which is like the Harvard grad uncle who use this logic to describe everything. And they're both, this one down here is like, yeah, man, you just gotta live. You just gotta go with it. Just flow with it and everything works. And this guy over here is like, no, you gotta pre-plan. You gotta have your budget ready. You gotta have your whole timeline written out. You have to have your itinerary. And this one down here is like, no, man, just watch the waves. I like that. I love the analogies. Is that what they're called? The metaphors? All that kind of stuff. Looks like no one has questions. That's great. I'm glad that it's all settling in. Yeah, I recommend making affirmations this weekend, telling yourself, telling the universe that you have everything that you want. Whatever your biggest fears are, sit and ask yourself, what is real today? We all have fears, right? I have fears. I'm afraid that, this and this and this is going to happen. But what's actually happening right now? Work with what you got right now instead of working on what might happen in the future. Question. What is the best way to approach our dreams through this? With optimism and joy, of course. But what's the best way to approach our dreams through this? You're write out what your dreams are, or like get clear on what your dreams are. Maybe actually write it out, because we have this earth energy going on, so make it concrete. Write out your dreams. I dream to have this type of house. I dream to have this type of relationship. I dream to have this type of day-to-day whatever. Then write an affirmation as if you already have it, right? We can always tune into gratitude. I am so grateful for the positive relationships in my life. I am so grateful for the abundance in my life. And you gotta keep with it. This earth energy wants us to keep hitting the tuning fork every single day, one day at a time, step by step. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. And before you know it, it's, we're being supported by this earth energy, and earth is slow. Earth takes a long time. When you plant a seed, you got to nurture it up through the little seedling phase. Then you have to transport it outside, and then you got to protect it from the predators, and then you got to water it, and then you got to watch it grow, and you got to talk to it, and you got to give it love. And it takes time, but before you know it, you have a tree from one little seed. So that's how all this works. Eve says, hi, Jacqui. I enjoy a lot being here with you. Do you do birth chart readings in private? Indeed, I do, Eve. All right, here's my big announcement. Before we get to the oracle cards, I mentioned something real quick in the beginning that I had a big announcement, and this is the right time to say it. I have made the decision to change. All of my services are now donation-based, and it feels so good to say that. This has been something that has been in the back of my mind. This is something that I've been receiving a lot of messages and guidance on from my guides, from my internal compass and all that stuff. And I just made that decision right before I came on. I made the decision, but I just updated my website for it right before I came on here. So yeah, all of my services now are donation-based, because who am I to tell you how you should value me? So it's all great. So yes, astrology readings, tarot and oracle readings, Reiki treatments, Akashic record readings, animal healing. I do a lot of stuff. So yes, hello, Bonnie. Single sessions with me are now donation based. So yeah, my link tree is in my Insight Timer bio. If you would like to just check out my website and everything else I do, all my socials are there. You can sign up for my email list to stay updated on other fun things that I do. But yeah. Yeah, Helen, that allows everyone to give what they are able to at any given time. Yep, you want to know what was holding me back from doing that? Fear of not having enough. But I trust. I trust that everything always works out, you know? So, yeah, that's cool. I'm glad I could share that with you guys. Helen says, I am totally set on my intentions right now, and I'm setting up the next part of making those come true. What do you need to do to make them come true? You just need to say them and believe them and put it out into the universe. Jacqui says, oh, Eve, yes, Jacqui does readings. So awesome to work with her. You'll get so much from her. I love doing it. I love astrology. Yes. Love it, Eve. Melissa says your July playlist was awesome. Yeah, so I started making Spotify playlists for the astrology seasons. So this came from, I have a Patreon group, which you're all able to join at any time. It's called Embody Astrology. We study astrology together. It's great. However, for each zodiac season, I just started this Aries season. I make Spotify playlists just to like embody the energy more, because there's certain things that you can express through song that you can't express another way. And I don't know why I was like hoarding them in this Patreon group. It's not like I made the music, I just put the playlist together. So I just sent them out through my email list. And also on my Lakeside Living, that's the name of my business, Lakeside Living, my Facebook page, I posted it up there. But yeah, I like making the playlists. They're fun, they're silly. Yeah. Thank you, Nancy. Remember how valuable your services are and strike a balance. I feel it, Helen. Thank you. Thanks, Jacqui. And Melissa, it will work out. I so admire your dedication to your craft. It's fun. You gotta, I gotta walk the walk. I'm talking the talk. I'm telling you guys to trust. I gotta do it too. Helen, oh, trust me, I've said them and put them out in the universe, and they're coming right along. Beautiful. Shauna, pleasure to join. Must head out, but so grateful for the info today. May we all rise to who we desire to be. Thank you, Shauna. Aaron says, wonderful shift from lack mindset to abundance mindset, Jacqui. Thanks, Aaron. And this came in a huge wave when I quit my safety net job. I'm not even joking. It's like you face your fears and then the universe provides. If you trust, you have to trust though. It's the whole fix the mind and then watch it flow. And it's so possible. Anyone can do this. Literally anyone can do this. It's all about just getting out of your own way, getting over yourself. Jonna, that's awesome. Can you put that information in the chat? I forgot what I was talking about, but I see that Jacqui wrote Embody Astrology. That's my Patreon group. Everything's in my link tree, in my Insight Timer bio. And if you're watching the replay, it's in the link below this YouTube video. But yeah, my link tree, whatever, linktr.ee/Jacqui Mancuso, and like everything is in there. Thank you, Melissa and Jacqui, for your donations. I promise we'll get to the cards. I'm just reading. A lot of comments are coming through. Helen says Embody Astrology is a great group. We'd love to see you in the tribe, to see how great we are, Jacqui. I love it. Melissa, that's exactly the space I'm in. I love it. It doesn't hurt to have your tribe support you, too. I agree. Thank you for your donation also, Jonna. Very much appreciated. All right. I don't even remember what I was talking about in astrology, but I'm glad. This is why I make notes, so that I can earth myself back to my brain and get out of the clouds for a second. What does Neptune want us to know regarding our dreams? This might help you, Helen, because you've been having questions about how do we dream and all that stuff. How do we use our dreams? So Neptune is the stronger influence. Neptune in Pisces is dreaming our dreams. So what does Neptune want us to know regarding our dreams? We're going to use the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle deck for that. So I do group readings here on Insight Timer. Feel free to send your energy into this deck, however that looks for you. blowing on the screen, knocking on your screen, I don't know. And we are asking what Neptune would like us to know regarding our dreams. No, Lindsay, you did not miss the cards. We're just starting. If you guys ever come late or if you miss a session, I put all of these replays. Did you see how far that one flew? I put all these replays on my YouTube channel. So you can just search my name, Jacqui Mancuso, on YouTube. Subscribe there so that you can always rewatch the replays. And that was, yeah, the flying card and the other two flew out on the table. So this is, I like this. Strong message. I'll show you the backs of the cards. Let me know which cards are resonating more strongly than the others, using anything in your environment that changes. The cards will be constant because you're going to see the same image, but tune into your intuition, your physical body, your senses, your environment. And if nothing changes, if you feel like everything's the same, then the whole reading is for you. If something does pull to you, it's just your guide saying to pay a little bit extra attention to that card. So here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. So let us know in the chat which cards are resonating with you, and I'll show them again just in case. Again, the back of card number 1. Back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. And again, because I feel like people ask every time, here's the deck again. This is what we're using. This is called the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. And let's see, who's working with what? Helen knows she's working with number 2. Jackie feeling all 3, but 1 and 2 first. Nisu 2 and 3. Jennifer all 3. Susie 1. Bonnie 2. And 3. Karen 3. Carol 2. Pager 3. Charlotte 1. Yvonne all 3 for me today. The birds outside my window stopped chirping for a minute when the cards stopped. That's so cool. Jana 1 and 2. Eve 2. Chanel 3. Cool. Oh, wow. And me? Are you asking me what card is resonating? I feel like that would be unfair because then it would influence your decision. I don't know. I usually don't, like, every once in a while I'll get a feel for the card, and for me it's usually the whole thing, like the whole thing. Card number 1 today. What does Neptune want us to know regarding our dreams? Hathor light codes. Light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. Hathor, also known as Het-Heru, which means House of Horus, is an Egyptian cow and solar goddess associated with the sky and fertility. Worship of this enigmatic figure goes all the way back to the 3rd millennium BCE. Hathor is easily recognized in Egyptian art, for she often wears a sun disk on her head that is held in place by 2 horns, relating to the cow, sacred symbol of motherhood. She is the divine consort of the hawk-headed deity Horus, allowing her to bridge this world and the cosmic realms and bring in the infinite light of the sun. In this gateway, Hathor is the figurehead of an intergalactic race of beings called the Hathors. There's a good chance that the ancient Egyptians were in touch with this divine race, as evidenced by the many Hathor pillars at the Temple of Dendera. The Hathors appear as elongated pillars of infinite light, illustrating their capacity to bridge heaven and earth. Their divine mission is to activate light upon the earth. Interlinked with both the energy of the central sun and Venus, they bestow solar light beings and ignite the energy of unconditional love within. When you receive this card, know they are ushering in great blessings. This is a light immersion. You are experiencing a full system upgrade. The infinite solar light of the Hathors is surrounding you now. This is a time of expansion and excitement. You are filled with unlimited potential. The gifts that were once in darkness are now being brought into the light. The parts of yourself that were once hidden are now being seen. Life is being restored. If you have been experiencing sluggishness or tiredness, this is now being washed away. Something ancient has awakened within you, and you are remembering why you are here. Welcome home to your light. So what I got from this card for all of you is just to embrace the pillar of light that you are and watch your dreams unfold. This to me feels like not worrying about the details of everything, literally doing what it is that makes you shine, because that's all that's needed for you to make it in this world, right? All you need to do is be the best version of yourself for yourself, and everything else clicks into place. Everything else falls into place. I'm like almost in tears with this card, and let me just give you a quick little story. This isn't all about me, but I really want to share this with you guys. And hold on, I have to get something. So the last time I went to one of these holistic fairs, I got a reading. It was an aura reading. This is what my aura looked like. The guy was saying like, oh, you have all these ideas and you're all over the place and you're so scattered, but you have this deep connection with your guides, right? That was the same day that this whole donation-based business plan came up. I did a reading later, I don't remember. I did a reading with this deck, and one card came out that looked just like this, and then Hathor came as well. And to me, it looked like those two pillars are like the two source connection that are coming down to my crown chakra. So cool, that was my first boom. And then this card's talking all about your light. Shine your light, be the light, the pillar of light. I invite you to go to my website and look at the description that I typed 1 hour ago about why I'm doing this donation-based service. It's literally about so that we can all shine our brightest lights, and my whole body is shaking. This is affirmation for you as well. Just shine your brightest light. Trust that the universe is providing for you. Trust that the universe is supporting you. Wow. This is what Neptune wants us to know regarding our dreams. Just shine your light and allow the dreams to come. And thank you, Anique, for your donation. I saw that come through, but other comments came through. I love it. I love it very much. It looks like a butterfly, Karen. It does. I see that. I see that. Let's see what else comes through. What does Neptune want us to know about our dreams? What do you do if you no longer have any dreams? Let's see what the rest of the reading brings for that. This is what Neptune wants you to know. Card number 2 is Crystal Skull Wisdom. Clarity, divine healing, high vibrational energy. Crystal skulls are said to have been healing tools and wisdom keepers in the ancient civilizations of Atlantis and Lemuria. Crystal quartz is known for its capacity to amplify energy and store information. When a crystal is carved into a particular shape, it can bring healing and clarity to what it represents and uncover memories that could be essential to revealing truth. Therefore, crystal skulls are wonderful healing tools that bring clarity to the mind and healing to the headspace. This card transports us to an energetic space representing the crystal skull consciousness. It delivers high vibrational frequencies into our energy field so that we can experience clear-mindedness. If you have ever felt called to crystal skulls or have an interest in them, there's a possibility that you have connected with them in a previous incarnation. They are gateways to clarity and potential. All aspects of your life are becoming clearer at this time. Expect to become aware of what you need to step away from to have a more focused path. You may have felt indecisive, but now you are downloading direct guidance from the heart of Source so that you can live and express yourself in a more authentic way. Know that downloads often appear as your own inner guidance, encouraging you to move forward. The key is to recognize the calmness they bring. This is a time of clarity and connection. Crystal Skull Wisdom is here to bring clarification to what you have been receiving within. In order for the next phase of your journey to unfold, you must follow the information you have received. You know what you need to do to heal and grow. If you've been asking for a sign that the healing work you've been doing has been successful, trust that this card is the message you have been waiting for. Love it. Yeah, this card is all about clearing your thoughts. If you do have a crystal skull, I feel like Neptune wants you to use it specifically this weekend while he's forming that square to Mercury. This is literally the card of clearing your mind, clearing your thoughts, and trusting the impulses that come in as divine wisdom, as inner guidance. Letting go of how you overthink everything and allowing the messages just to be. I love that this card says you already know what you need to do in order to heal and grow. You already know. It's probably your fears that you're not capable of healing that are holding you back from actually healing. Been there. Probably still there in a lot of ways, but that's it. This card is all about clearing out the mind, getting rid of the mental chatter. So what does Neptune want you to know regarding your dreams? How you think about your dreams can be changed. So Carmina asked, what do you do if you no longer have any dreams? I guess you can ask yourself why you don't have any dreams. Is it because you're 100% content with what you have? If so, bring some gratitude into what it is that you do have. Do you not have any dreams because you don't think you're able to have dreams? If that's the case, then that would have to do with healing your inner child and shadow aspects of yourself that are holding you back. So I guess that's a good question. Why don't you have any dreams? And if you can't figure it out, I recommend just leaning into gratitude at this time. Being completely grateful for everything that you do have. That's always the answer. I love it. Abby, namaste. Love from India. Thank you. Helen knew that 2 was first and foremost for me. Eve said, yesterday got a selenite sphere and a labradorite pendant. Love them. Love them, love them. Bonnie loves this card. Addie has had that same feeling as Carmina before. I just decided to do what was fun at that time. Example, learn a language, enjoy nature, take a dance class, etc. It can be anything. Then a bigger dream will show up. That's wonderful, Addie. I love that. Yeah, letting yourself be the pillar of light. Doing what it is that lights you up. take the pressure off yourself. This isn't for anyone specific. This is just in general. Take the pressure off of having to be perfect for others, having to be X, Y, and Z so that other people benefit. Make yourself happy. That's all you got to do. And then the most authentic version of yourself will come out, and that version of yourself is already programmed to benefit other people. Does that make sense? This festival is called the Awake Oneness Festival. It's in Geneva, Illinois, tomorrow and Sunday. Helen, guess I'll be getting a crystal skull this weekend. I love it. Oh, I love that Abby just came here 3 minutes ago and got all my answers without even asking. It's so divine. So divine. Glad that happened. Oh, I love that, Jackie. And yeah, cool. All right, let's see what card number 3 is. Thank you, Bonnie. Bonnie sending blessings to me. My podcast partner, Vicky, will be at the booth with me. She's an artist. She's going to be selling all of her stuff. If you're not in Illinois and you're not able to physically come to the festival, on Sunday on Insight Timer at 11 o'clock Central Time, so that's 2 hours from now, I'm hosting a workshop, an astrology workshop, go figure, and I'm going to be talking about the next upcoming few years and all these like major shifts that are happening. I'm calling it the beginning of the end because that's what we're in right now in the most exciting way. So I'm having, it's like a 20-minute workshop, but I'm streaming it on Insight Timer. So that's my event on Sunday if you guys want to watch that as well. All right. Card number 3, what does Neptune want us to know regarding our dreams? This is karmic board clearing. Energetic clearing. Rewrite your story. Live your truth. I love it, Shauna. Totally made it back for card 3. Helen, 11 o'clock Central Time on Sunday. The Karmic Board is a congregation of spiritual beings dedicated to implementing the law of cause and effect. They have the capacity to help us overcome any karmic blockages that are affecting us. We can call on them to bring healing into our energy field and clear away any patterns that are standing in the way of our experience of love and the expression of our life purpose. Karmic blockages are often misunderstood. Many people think that a blockage is punishment for their bad choices or wrongful behavior, but it's not. Source is always on our side. It wants us to have a positive experience here on Earth, but it also honors our choices and experiences, and sometimes these result in karmic blockages. It's important to know that many of these blockages were actually created by innocent choices. For example, continually letting someone's bad behavior or mistreatment of us slide because we really wanted to see the good in them. Or choosing not to let love in because there was a part of us that was scared of the unknown. If you are being overwhelmed by a traumatic memory or a painful event, know it's because this old energy is no longer serving you and that your spirit is calling for it to be released. This card comes to you at a time when you are ready to surrender old ways of being and old stories. Know that receiving this message means your energetic self has been taken to the karmic board during sleep or meditation, so that your light body can be cleared of all karmic blockages and stories. All fears, phobias, challenges with partners and relationships, and feelings of being misunderstood are released now. You are ready to move forward. If you say it's true, then it's true. I love this. This is wonderful. It's a great way to tie in the rest of the card. It's a great way to tie in the astrology as well. Neptune in Pisces squaring Mercury in Gemini. leaning into your dreams, but recognizing that your thoughts might be holding you back from achieving what you really want in this lifetime. When it comes to karma, I feel like there is a lot of guilt and shame tied to karma, tied to like, oh, I made this decision, so I need to keep paying for it, and I need to keep paying for it, and oh, I didn't pay for it yet. It's probably because I keep paying for it. And that's not how it works. Like, this isn't a punishing universe. Where the punishment comes from is your own mind, is your own interpretation of what you think the situation holds. There's so much love available in the universe. And once you, like, yes, there's karma, but it's not this, like, long-lasting, ongoing, like, it needs to be forever. If you just bring it, I'd read a comment and I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? This is easily coming back to me. Karma isn't ongoing and long. Yeah, if you learn the lesson, then that's how you move on. Sure, you might have made bad choices in the past. Like, you might have made a mistake. You were doing the best you could with what you had at that time. A lot of our bad choices come from times of survival mode. And sure, the universe might come and drop a situation in your life that isn't necessarily wanted or desired, but it's here to teach you a lesson. And your job is to just learn the lesson and say, okay, thank you for the lesson, and then you move on and you accept the abundance that is to come, because that's what the whole point of this existence is to live in abundance and joy and happiness. But it's when you use your freaking mind, clear your mind, right? Crystal skull, clear it out. When you try to dig into like, well, why is this happening? And why am I receiving this lesson over and over? Why am I not getting what I want? That's holding back the process of karma. That's like stopping the process in its tracks. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? As soon as the lesson is learned, the opening happens and you have an all clear. Yeah, so if you've been looping through something, like if there's a situation that keeps coming back and keeps coming back and keeps coming back, get real with yourself and ask, like, what lesson have I not learned? That was really loud, sorry. What lesson have I not learned yet? What lesson am I supposed to learn from this? And a lot of times it's letting go of a belief. Crystal skull. It's letting go of a thought. What does Neptune want us to know about our dreams? I'm going to pull one more card from another deck with the grounded earthy energy, so stick around for that. But what does Neptune want us to know about our dreams? You are light, so just be the light. Clear out the thoughts of what you think you're supposed to have or what you think you're meant to do. Just be your light. Clear out how you're thinking about yourself. And accept that you are able to resolve your karma. You don't need to hang on to karma for your whole lifetime. Most of the karma repayment that you think you're doing is all in your mind. I love it. It looks like those Hathor light pillars and the crystal skull come together in this. You see what I'm talking about? It's like the arms are the skull with the face and then the light pillar right there. We're going to pull one card from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. And this, what did I write down? How can we lean into this grounded, earthy energy? Because while we have this square going on, we also have a grand trine with the moon, Uranus, and Pluto in Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn, the earth signs. So how do we get our thoughts grounded into reality regarding our dreams? Feel free to send your energy into this deck. Love it. Love it, love it. Sorry again for that real loud noise. I don't know how loud that came. My mic is right there. Total accident. If you've been enjoying today's session, if you'd like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, those are always appreciated but never expected. You can also exchange energy by following my Insight Timer page. You can exchange energy by following me on YouTube and interacting with my videos. You can follow me or you can exchange energy by following me on Facebook and TikTok and interacting with my stuff on there. You can follow my email list to get updated on everything I'm doing all the time. How do we tune into this grounding energy? Oops. And yeah, if you'd like to work with me or just see what I'm doing, my link tree is the best place to do so. It's in my Insight Timer bio, the About section. And this is a brand new thing for me that all of my services, all of my single services are donation based. So if you'd like to work with me, reach out to me through my website. We'll set something up. I just want to help people. That's my role here, is to help people find the best version of themselves. Karen, thank you very much for your donation. Abby said, I sent the energy with visualization by air with help of lightning. Cool. Thank y'all. So Frankie, YouTube, you can search my name, Jacqui Mancuso, spelled like how it is on the screen. I'm pretty easy to find. I have a pretty unique name. And then my Facebook is my business. It's called Lakeside Living. Lakeside Living. I am easily finding this card in the book. This book is not in alphabetical order, so give me 1 second. Thank you, Susie, for typing that in there. Cool, cool, cool. All right, guys, so our thoughts and our dreams are kind of all up in woo-woo, la-la land. How can we lean into the grounded energy that's available in this grand trine with the moon and the other earth signs? Great teacher wants us to learn from spiritual experiences. Know what is happening around you is divinely inspired. Learn from your current experiences, then share them with others. This card was inspired by Jesus, who is one of the most widely acknowledged and loved spiritual teachers of all times. But there is a great teacher in every tradition, and this card represents the one to whom you feel the closest, as well as the great teacher within. The teacher wears simple clothes here to demonstrate that even if you live a simple life, it can be an incredibly spiritual one. He is surrounded by a sense of serenity and harmony because he has absolute trust in the higher power that moves through him. And the dove on the card represents receiving answers to prayers through signs and experiencing peace through joy. This card can represent a teacher in your life or the great teacher within. Either way, it shows you that you have dedicated a lot of time, effort, and energy to understanding yourself and the world. You are having spiritual experiences at this time and gaining a greater awareness of what you need to do in order to grow. There is a great chance that if you've been having any challenges recently, you've surmounted them and allowed them to be vehicles to lessons that are helping your spiritual connection. If you feel that you've received messages from heaven or the universe recently, this card is confirmation that these have indeed been holy experiences. How do we lean into this grounded energy available in the sky this weekend? Trust your internal guidance system. Trusting the messages that have come through. Not dissecting them with your mind. Clear your mind. Allow this to just come through and be and accept the messages. If the messages are that you're supposed to stop telling other people what your value is and to do everything donation based, trust it. Stop thinking about it. if you've been guided to make a radical change in your life, trust it. It's scary. It's so scary. It's so scary, but it's scary because of how you're thinking about it. You get to change your thoughts. How do we ground this energy? Ground into your own heart. Ground into your own heart. Do what lights you up. Do what makes you happy. Little by little. Little by little. I didn't get to where I am in a day. This has been years and years of working on myself, working with myself, working with the universe, trusting, believing, affirming. Like, this is a slow process, but it's fun. It's fun, and I never know where we're gonna go, but I trust that we're all on the right path. All you can do is shine your light. Shine it. Always good to see you guys. Thank you, Helen. Susie says beautiful card. Abby trusts. I love it. Thank you, Helen. Blessings to all. Thank you guys for all the donations that you sent today. Very much appreciated. Abby says, I love Krishna. Thank you so much for everything. Wherever I am going to Insight Timer since yesterday, it all feels for me. I love everything. I love that, Abby. Beautiful. Trust your inner guidance system. I can't like interact here on Sunday because I'm going to be doing a workshop. Like, I'm going to be like speaking to a group of people, but my friend's going to be handling the computer, and I asked her to be able to like type and stuff. So yeah, but I'll see you guys on Sunday for my astrology workshop. And then, I don't even know what's going on next week. I think I'm here on Monday. My whole brain is just for festival weekend. So that's where I'm going. Love to all. Yeah, thanks for being here today, guys. Change your thoughts. You're allowed. You're allowed to change your thoughts. Jackie says, thank you, Jackie. Lovely to be with you and so many friends. Namaste. Namaste, Abby. Susie. Jana, thank you. Lindsay, thank you. Have a great weekend, Helen. Melissa, thank you, beautiful soul. Jana, yes, yes, yes. Karen, thank you. Have a great time at the festival. Thank you. I will. Susie, great weekend. Love to all. Namaste. The light in me truly honors the light within you. I'll see you guys very soon. Let us know how your affirmations go over the weekend.